Good morning, IBC. I have a confession to make. There are times where things will happen in the world that make me question, God, how can this be part of your plan? As the world, we were learning to deal with the pandemic, fearful for the health and safety of our family and friends that we couldn't even meet. We were already worried about the aftermath. Will I still have a job? Will my husband, will my wife? Will my company be okay? Will my family make it out of this okay? And then to hear the cries of pain and of frustration and of just utter brokenness of our brothers and sisters now all across the world who are lifting up their voices for justice, I didn't know what to do or what to say. And so as I was seeking after God, He led me to a book in scripture that I hadn't read in quite some time, the book of Lamentations. The book of Lamentations is a city lament. It is where the people cry out to God because of the destruction of their city. In this case, it's Jerusalem, the city of God that is being decimated by the Babylonians. And the Israelites, through the prophet Jeremiah, they lift up their cries of disbelief in the midst of their hurt and their anguish. And they cry out to God, God, how is this possible? How can this be? God, have you abandoned us? God, do you not hear our cries? God, are you powerless to do anything about this? These were the kinds of questions that were being shouted out. And the beautiful thing about Lamentations is that it is real and it is raw. It not only gives us permission to ask these questions, it actually says that the right thing to do when we are experiencing such deep sorrow is to direct these questions to God in a lament. You know, one commentator said that a lament is an act of protest because it allows the sufferer to express indignation and even outrage because of their experiences with suffering. Lament is truth-telling. It is being honest before God and before others. It is saying, this is what is happening to us right now, and asking God, God, how can this be? You know, if that's where we are today, because we continue to recognize the frailty and the jaggedness of our human condition, my prayer for us is that before we jump too quickly to ask God for deliverance or for a quick fix, that we would sit a little bit longer in the discomfort of our suffering. And then as we do so, it will lead us to cry out, to pray, to lift up our complaints to God, all those things that we've tried to ignore. And then as we do so, it will help us to say with our brothers and sisters, God, how can this be? Because I promise you, our God is listening.